How's it going, guys? We are back in the video here, and this video is going to be telling you guys about the new event that's coming out on Friday in NHL 25 Hut. We do know what it's called and kind of what to potentially expect from it. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're not already. Let's hop into the video right now. So as you guys can see here, this was announced a while back. The season 3, whatever, right? All the new stuff that's coming. So we had Team of the Year, the Four Nations event, Sharpshooters, Warp Speed, and Cornerstones. So this is kind of what we expected and in the order that it went in. So you have the Cornerstones. All right, now what does that mean? Well, when you hear Cornerstones, you would assume that would mean, cornerstones of a franchise, right? I mean, that makes the most sense. Players that obviously were, huge parts of that certain organization, right? So probably players that played most of their career, you'd think, with one team, if not their whole career with one team, and had, great success there with them, winning cups, stuff like that, right? It would be pretty shocking if that was not the case, I feel like. So for me, guys, I definitely think that this could be an interesting event. The only downside of this event, though, is it's coming off an event where, most cards were, outstanding because they all have 99 speed. How do they follow that up? Potentially what people have thought maybe is, maybe they'll give cards Gold-Born Leader for free, which would be pretty good, but I don't know. I'll say some cards that I think that we might potentially get here. Some guys here that I think are certainly, franchise cornerstone players. You definitely gotta think Nicholas Lidstrom, right? It would definitely make a lot of sense here. Lidstrom obviously played his whole entire career with the Red Wings here, and his overall is 90 overall. He's kind of falling behind now the other cards, right? So you would think that Nicholas Lidstrom is definitely, on his way up to getting a new card here, and most certainly it would make sense if he got an MSP card. Even if he didn't get an MSP card, he'll get an event card, right? I feel like most events, I hate to say it, guys, it's extremely, extremely predictable in terms of, what cards are going to probably be released, right? Think about it, guys. A speed event, well, you can guess all the fast players in the league, they're probably getting a card, right? So that's the only thing that's a little bit, I don't know, kind of to me. I don't really love it. But I think definitely you could certainly see a Lidstrom get a card here. I would say definitely it's certainly a possibility that, we get Rick Nash, right? Possible, right? For Columbus, maybe. But, I wouldn't say that's as likely, right? Definitely, I think another one that would be, pretty reasonable and pretty good would probably be Joe Sakic, right? Joe Sakic, Sakic, I think, has gotten a lot of cards here, but I feel like Sakic is a guy that it would make a lot of sense just from the, the idea of, he's obviously a cornerstone player. The only thing is he does have an MSP here, which, it makes you think a little bit that it'll be a little bit less likely, right? But who knows? Multiple players have gotten, different cards, right? Patrick Waugh certainly could be a cornerstone guy for Colorado, right? That's certainly a possibility as well. I think another player that would definitely make a lot of sense here, I'm going to show some bias here, but for my New Jersey Devils, I think Ken Daneyko definitely is a franchise cornerstone guy here. Ken Daneyko, absolute legend for the Devils. He played so many years for the Devils. He's still with the Devils now. He literally, his nickname is literally Mr. Devil. He's a huge part of our franchise and continues to be every day right now because he's just been an absolute great ambassador for the team. And I think Ken definitely, I would like it, as a Devils fan, but I could definitely understand why people wouldn't want Ken Daneyko as a card, though. It would definitely make a lot of sense. But I think for sure that Daneyko is certainly a possibility. Another guy that would definitely make a lot of sense would be from the Washington Capitals, and that would be none other than Alexander Ovechkin here. And, let's be real, guys. Ovechkin, yeah, he got his 91 Team of the Week card, but we all know Ovechkin's getting an MSP card at some point here, and I think this would probably be one of the best times here. Cornerstone player of the franchise, Ovechkin is, right? Of the Capitals, I don't think you can really argue that. He's certainly one of the best players of all time. He's probably the best goal scorer of all time. So Ovechkin, I think it really goes without saying, he most certainly would deserve a cornerstone card. And yeah, that'd be pretty shocking if he did not get that, right? So I would say Ovechkin definitely would make sense. And then it's just you guys start thinking about cards and players that like pretty much just played their whole career with certain teams. So, you know, other cards such as, you know, you got the Sedins, right? The Sedins can make sense. I mean, obviously, I mean, there's, you know, of course you have both Sedin brothers, right? You have both Sedin twins. You're going to have 2 MSPs. You know, that's what I'm not really too sure of. However, I mean, I think it really would make a lot of sense for them to get MSP cards as, yeah, they got Gallery of Great cards here, but you got to think the Sedins are going to get MSPs here, right? I'd be pretty shocked if they didn't. You can definitely see Marcus Naslin getting one as well. He's another, you know, franchise, I would say, great for the Canucks here. So that would make a lot of sense as well. I think one that definitely would make sense as well would be, you know, the legend from last year, from the New York Rangers, Brian Leetch, guys. Brian Leetch definitely would not shock me if he got an MSP card. I mean, he was kind of the meme last year. I think he could definitely get it. To me, it would make a lot of sense if he did get it. I mean, he's obviously one of the greatest players for them in their history. I mean, Montreal, right? There's so many potential players you could go with from Montreal, right? You could obviously go with Rocket Richard. You can go with Beliveau. I mean, you can go with, you could go with Plant. I mean, there is just so many great options when it comes to the Canadians, right? Obviously, you could go Gretzky, right? I mean, I don't know. Is Gretzky going to be the one they go with? I don't know. I mean, I could definitely see it, but is Wayne Gretzky going to be the card? You know, I don't know. I mean, it's certainly possible. I mean, I don't think you can really argue that. I mean, Wayne Gretzky hasn't gotten an upgrade now in a little bit. I mean, he's a 90 overall. He has not gotten a card here in this event, right? Lemieux did, but Gretzky didn't. So that makes you kind of think that maybe Gretzky's a possibility for this Cornerstones event here. And, yeah, I mean, you have other guys potentially. Like, I think what could be an interesting one could be Rod Brind'Amour, right? Rod Brind'Amour definitely would make sense. Brind'Amour has not gotten many cards so far in this year, so I think it would definitely make sense. Rod, obviously, is a huge part of the Hurricanes franchise, similar to, you know, the Devils, as I said, guys. He's always been kind of a part of the franchise, and he still is right now to this day. So I think Brind'Amour definitely would be a fitting one here also. So I don't think anyone could really complain about that as well. Of course, from we also have, it looks like my game is freezing. That's pretty cool. And yeah, cool. You gotta think of players that basically have been on their team, I would say, majority of their career, right? I mean, that's probably the best way to kind of, you know, gauge it, right? I mean, and I mean, it could be kind of tough. I mean, right now there's not too many current players that I can really think of that are like, you know, been on their teams for like, you know, 15 plus years, right? I mean, it's, you know, you start getting to a little bit of a tougher spot here. I mean, obviously Crosby, but he already's gotten 2 MSP, so I can't imagine him getting another one here. That'd be pretty shocking to me. Maybe Victor Hedman. I mean, that's not a crazy one. I mean, he could definitely get an MSP. Why not, right? I mean, just because he has the XP card, I don't think it means that he can't get an MSP card. I mean, Hedman's definitely going to get another card here at some point. Maybe now, right? Cornerstone. I mean, he was obviously a top pick, Victor Hedman, so it would not be a shocking one, right? I mean, he definitely would be deserving of getting an MSP, I think. I mean, that's totally fair. Vasilevsky could definitely get an MSP as well. I mean, yes, he's got one already, but we've seen that it doesn't really matter that they've gotten MSPs in previous events. So I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think is going to be what they go with here? I mean, there is certainly, another one that actually, you know what, people were bringing up as well that I definitely think is a strong possibility as well is Daniel Alfredsson, right? Daniel Alfredsson definitely would make a lot of sense. Alfredsson right now, his highest overall is an 89, right? So I think actually Alfredsson's a lock. Comparing him to a lot of other cards in this video, I think Alfredsson's one of the highest percentages of getting an MSP due to the fact he's only an 89 overall. He's significantly lower than most hologram cards, right? If you look at other hologram cards, Niedermayer, he's up to a 92. He got an MSP this event. Gretzky, he's a 90, right? So he's certainly a possibility. Or is it a 92? Chelios right now is at a 90 as well. Howe is at least a 90, I'm pretty sure, right? Yep, at least a 90. Iginla's a 91, I know. Lemieux's a 91. Sundin, I'm pretty sure, is a 90 at least. Or he's 89, so maybe he's a possibility as well. Watt definitely is up to 90 as well. So, you know, it kind of, the writing's on the wall a little bit. You can kind of have an idea of where certain players are going to be getting upgrades, and I really think Alfredsson is going to be one of those. If you guys did enjoy this video, if you did, though, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're not already, follow me on Twitch, Henreek. I'm live there every single day, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Henreek at 3 E's, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.